Well, hello everyone, welcome back to PlayFrame and 1000xRESIST. Much has happened, things are sad, and I don't know exactly where things go from here, but there's definitely still problems to be sorted out, and decisions to be made, it sounds like. If I am forced to make those decisions, at this point I do not know which way I would go. But maybe we'll have a little time to think about it. Also, we've got some sisters to convince of those plans, and that'll be a bit of work on its own. Anyway, here we go. Chapter 9. In one heck of a game. Oh, we've arrived somewhere. A station. Which station? Though.
The station is huge.
Are we at the other side? Because I would really love to get a sense of what's been going on over there. In a bigger picture way.
BB. I'm here if you need me.
Is there always... I feel silly now for even wondering. I feel like I should know, but is there always a number or year or whatever in the bottom left? There definitely is in communions, I know that much. But thinking back on it, I can't remember if it's also just a thing that's there all the time. Probably. But if it's not, that's significant.
Hey, how are you holding up?
Huh. Come to pick on me? I wanted off that train. But walking all the way? This is more exercise than I've done in years. Honestly, I'm more worried about BB. She's not taking this well.
I could talk to her.
I wouldn't.
So, I'd like to ask all of this.
What is this place?
Fixer told me about it once. Said she found it while she was on the run, hiding on the tracks. Don't know much else.
I feel like there's a lot we still need to learn about Fixer. And what Fixer got up to while she was on her own.
The Jows, Chris, and the others. Are they meeting us here?
They better be. I'm not walking another step on those tracks.
Are you doing okay?
Me? I thought I would be relieved. That we don't have to take care of her anymore. That her suffering is over. Don't worry. I'll be fucked up later. Just wait and see.
Well, I'll let you catch your breath.
I'm here if you need me.
Well, after everything Watcher told you, do you think she was at peace?
In a lot of ways, no. But at the very end, there she was, resting on a bed in a comfortable place that she felt comfortable in, and she called the end of that communion herself. I think in the last few moments she was, actually.
She did her part. She knew that.
Good. It's time to do ours. You go on ahead. I need to catch my breath.
I will leave you to it. And find the Fixer.
Oh, bodies. Hello.
That was my thought also. I would have thought bodies this old would not still be here in this sort of state. Huh. Get to you in a minute. Just making sure there aren't other nooks and crannies. But you and I definitely have some chatting to do. Huh. Doesn't really seem to be much else of importance. What is this space, though? Huh. All right, you. We should talk more.
Good. You're here. We've got a couple things to do before everyone gets here.
What is all this?
This? This is a tomb.
I guess you didn't bury all of them.
Yeah. Mom was never great with the details.
I guess not.
Secretary, I've brought up the CCTV database.
I see it.
You can?
It's all electricity.
Manifest the database. I want you and Blue to comb the records.
Understood.
If everything Watcher said is true... Anyways, just do it, okay?
What am I looking for?
I'm sure one of these dead assholes had full access. Find out which one and tell Healer. I'll get things ready here.
Blue, the records will appear as time indexes for your viewing pleasure. This is a difficult operation. I will need to borrow your memory to cache the representations.
Yes, please.
Please witness them, so I can further translate the other data.
Congratulations. You've got new colors.
Very excited to do a little time hopping. How we doing on the breath catching?
Talking to ghosts?
Something like that.
Well, don't slow down for me. You've got a function to perform. Tell me which body, and I'll show you some magic.
You're more dangerous than you let on, aren't you?
Oh, flattery at this hour? I like it.
What's in the box?
You'll see.
Ominous. Looking forward to it. Okay. So do I need to go up to bodies specifically for this purpose, or do I just hop? I think I just hop. Aha! Let's talk to ghosts. A lot of ghosts, including some ghosts with little color assignments. Interesting. Are they the ones that actually have things to say in here? Yes. George the 50.
They're not saying it, but Central has calculated our chances. It's a damn lottery. Why do you think they're 50? They're hedging their bets.
It can't be that bad.
Well, you heard. They sent some craft into orbit. Bad news up there, too. Only way is down.
Huh. How we doing? Enjoying the flashlight?
Baby, what are you doing?
Keeping a light on. This way, Watcher can see where we are and find us. I don't want her to be lost.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you to that. You do what you gotta do. Ah, Johnson.
All systems are green.
Excellent. We will see the sky again.
Yes, sir. I have no doubt.
You have a military background?
I do, sir.
Where were you stationed?
Edmonton, Canada.
A great tragedy. I'm sorry. I had friends from Edmonton.
A necessary sacrifice, they tell me.
Yes. More to come in a minute. Let's not delay.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Oh. Another up there. Mimi, hello.
You seem very fond of her.
Well, she's a fine subject. You know, that radiant skin and hair that comes with youth.
But will she cooperate?
It'll take a bit of persuasion.
Your forte.
Exactly. You remember.
Girl, I'm always trying to forget.
Sinister. How are we getting up to you? I require elevator. Maybe... Excuse me. Maybe... I don't really know what this is. Is this elevator? I don't think this is elevator. But perhaps... Ha! Escalator will do in a pinch. Didn't even know you could get up here. Okay, you.
I'm not good with enclosed spaces.
You're telling me this now?
Come on. We all had to cheat, lie, and steal our way onto this ship. What? You didn't lie? Jasper, I can smell the booze off you.
Shh. It just helps me focus. You won't tell anyone.
So long as you share.
All right, we can make another little hop. Oh, all in one place. Handy. Okay, so... color sort of signifies which of the 50 is which character. That kind of helps. I hadn't really at any point considered the 50 as another sort of echo of this history of clone families, because they're not exactly, but there's parallels that I'd not really considered.
Pacific 50 to Central 1. Reporting in. Ready on your mark?
Pacific 50, please respond. Central 1 to Pacific 50. Message received. Incoming video transmission.
Standing by.
Johnson, putting on a little weight, are you?
Any updates?
You're not gonna like it.
Tell me anyway.
Those sick fuckers love suffering so much? Well, we're gonna put on the best show they've ever seen. 5 simultaneous, consistent shellings of our remaining most populated areas. We've already notified the cities. Good lead up, I'd say. People are running, sheltering, hiding, you name it. We'll prolong it as long as we can, make good cover for our descent.
Will it work?
I swear. Peas to honey. These monsters. They're already making their way there.
And the cities? Their names?
If you really need to know. What's left of Seattle, LA, New York, Toronto, Houston, the big ones, Johnson. The rest of the world is doing the same.
We'll have a memorial.
I wouldn't if I were you. Think happy thoughts. Don't tip your location. Some old shit once called us the scourge of the earth. They may have been right. Let's show them what a fucking scourge can do.
The simulations were promising.
Fake numbers always look good, don't they? Fingers crossed it won't be you.
Fingers crossed.
Say hi to Mimi for me, will you? Central 1. Out.
Spin up for descent.
Yes, sir.
Does feel like there's maybe more with the occupants that we don't know yet. I guess I am still hazy on a lot of things there, right? Like there is still something sinister with Iris's relationship with him later on, calling them the Keepers, the sacrifices they seemed to want. And that's lining up with some of the bits and phrases characters are saying here in troubling ways. Is you guys' dialogue the same?
Can you do this for me, Blue? When the time comes? It would be awful to not know where you are.
You got it. Maybe we should talk to everybody.
It's hard to believe this place exists. I guess they were ready to settle in for a long time.
What about you? I'm still working on it. Just want to hear more things from you. Haven't had a lot of chances to talk to you, frankly.
Did you figure it out?
Not yet.
Didn't bartender give you a sense of work ethic?
Work ethic? I thought you two were close. Bartender was a model slacker. And I learned from the best.
That's not the bartender I knew. Guess she changed with age.
Don't we all?
Well, you're with me now. Get on a fixer's schedule for once. And move it.
Okay. You don't have to yell.
You're warming to me. And who can blame you? I'm great. I don't think any of you guys had more to say beyond that scene, so we might be... Just to double check.
Pacific 50 to Central 1.
Okay, no, you're just... We're repeating the thing. Okay. Good talk.
Will it work?
Fine chat we all had. Great conversation. Good times were had by all. Thank you. Good. All right. Yes. All right. Good. Then next slide. Where'd you all go? Everybody. Okay. Here's some of you. Are we on the bridge of a spaceship now? I think we must be. Like, what? It crashed now, I suppose. Given we can reach it from the subway, but... Unless all of these stations have been in space. I guess there is that possibility. There is that possibility. The Orchard, everything has been in orbit, space stations, interconnected by railway in some fashion, but well, who knows? I have different mysteries to be exploring at this time. Mimi, anything? No? So this thing used to be elevated more.
We've been cleared for descent.
Now hear this, now hear this. This is a ship-wide transmission. Prepare for descent.
All stations secured and reporting in.
Descent.
Descending. 10 meters. 50 meters. 100 meters.
Surface activity?
No change detected.
150 meters. 250 meters.
Surface activity detected.
Brace. Brace. 500 meters. 600 meters, sir.
Pacific 48 has activated self-flooding. Pacific 42, 44, 45 self-flooding activated.
They're drowning themselves.
Occupants are changing trajectory.
That's 8,000 souls.
Destination reached. 1,000 meters, sir.
Communications coming in from Arctic 12, 14, descent confirmed. Atlantic 29, 26, and 21, descent confirmed. Pacific 41, descent confirmed.
And the rest?
No word yet, sir.
Central 1?
Nothing yet from Central 1.
Any more thoughts from anyone before I jump? Come on. Don't be shy. Now, what about you?
It's hard to believe this place exists. I guess they were ready to settle in for a long.
Okay. Might not have new things every time. Just to confirm, though.
Can you do this for me?
Right. Okay. Had to check. Next.
It's been 24 hours. We can safely assume that only 7 of 50 facilities made their proper descent. We can also assume Central 1 is down.
Jesus Christ.
If it wasn't for Pacific 48 self-flooding, and then the others drowning like that.
Yes. It was the grueling anticipation of their own deaths that saved us.
An interesting strategy.
Those were people, Secretary.
Such trauma results in intensified memory collection. The occupants, we, must have interpreted that as an act of communication.
Mimi, the work of you and your team, please, commence immediately. We must make their sacrifices worthwhile.
Leave it to me, Johnny. I gotcha.
One more thing. This information stays with us. We need to keep our spirits high, lest we attract the occupants' attention. Not a single word to the rest of the crew. Do you understand?
That is a fascinating sci-fi problem. Keep spirits high because despair reads as communication to alien entities that are, boy, trying their best at that communication thing. This also might explain a lot of flooded cities in some of the imagery in past communions. Yeah. Just to be sure.
It's hard to believe.
Okay. Next. Well, you guys really use the space, huh? Can't waste this giant floor plan.
Have you seen the girl lately?
Iris?
She's got murder in her eyes. I don't blame her.
What is she going to do? She's a teenager.
You don't have any children, do you?
I'm curious what eventually tipped Iris fully into that murderous mode. Like, she had her rage issues, even as a kid, but it still doesn't feel like her wish for all of the 50, and then maybe also everyone else, to be fully eradicated. I don't feel like that came from nowhere.
Did you hear? There's been a wave of, people ending it.
It's been 5 years. We're not meant to be holed in like this.
There's plenty of space. They made sure of that. Buried space.
People need to touch grass.
We brought grass.
Well, glad I never have to worry about you.
Glad they thought to pack some grass in the space ship or something ship. Heck, maybe they're underwater. That would explain the flooding, actually, a little more of the stations. Yeah, that'd make a lot of sense, actually.
We might end up like the rest of them. Buried at sea.
They're monitoring surface activity 24/7. We're gonna be okay. Leadership said, think good, happy thoughts.
Oh yeah? Is that what you're doing?
I'm thinking about the last conversation my husband and I had about fruit. We didn't know it would be our last.
Doesn't sound happy.
Well, he was good, and we were happy.
Gotta look for the happiest thoughts you can find, I guess. Now, this is a conversation I want to listen in on.
Any results?
The last 5 clones had some interesting outcomes.
Her text box being red is also interesting.
Such as?
Good news. They're growing faster now, so we won't have to wait for them to get to their target age. We can also implant knowledge, language, motor skills, and so on. They'll come out immediately more useful. Bad news? They all still succumb to the sample of the disease. Don't look so disappointed, Johnny. I won't settle for less than an exact copy.
And the child?
The backup? Just like a real human thing. Adorable. Everybody loves babies. Except for Iris. Iris is not so smitten.
I've spoken to Pacific 41. We've agreed that we will take an accelerated approach while they continue with caution. Your request for increased capacity has been approved. Don't waste it.
You know me, Johnny. I hate waiting.
Also, the colors they've been assigned are seeming maybe increasingly noteworthy. It might not be anything exact, but like Johnson having Iris's yellow, Mimi, the one in charge of this cloning process, having Healer pink, and that's what Healer is in charge of later. The rest of their names I have not been great with. But we have a watcher, bang bang fire, and a fixer. There you are. Did we talk to you? Not yet.
We might end up like the rest of them. Buried at sea.
Okay, no, we did.
They're monitoring surface leadership
Right.
set.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
I'm thinking about we didn't know.
Doesn't sound...
Well, he...
You have to watch for that. See if the things they talk about seem to map to the functions that the sisters were given later. If Iris hated this lot so much, it would seem kind of weird if she adopted their system and color coding and everything, but you never know. Anyway, next slide. So, what are we talking about?
Another reduction. They're cutting down on lab-grown food this time.
The faster we solve this, the faster we can return to the surface.
Listen to yourself. Do you really think you're gonna live to see this? They're already training the next generation to replace Mimi. She's got her own little academy, and they each get their own iris.
Fascinating. But also, that makes sense. Like, I was just sort of accepting that, like, okay, yeah, Iris has been watching this cloning process long enough. She's got access to the tools and the tech, and also the occupant assistants. She's got, like, she can figure out the cloning tech. But this actually makes even more sense.
They didn't call this a generation ship for kicks. I just want to eat steak. Is that so much to ask?
Interesting.
I visited Asia Town.
It's good, right? I told you.
Yeah, it's nice. Artsy. My daughter would have loved it. It's good that she's gone. That she didn't have to see all this. It would have broken her little heart. Kids, you know?
They've got karaoke. Have you done the karaoke?
I don't sing.
That's besides the point.
Ben, you don't have to.
Come on, let's go. Make a night of it. You deserve joy. Your daughter would want that.
I wonder. So they talked about lots of space. And they've got an orchard. They've got places to touch grass, which the only two places I can think of are just the orchard in general and Scary Room, which, if that's what the Scary Room is for, goodness. But they have an Asia Town. Is that where Old Town came from? Is that what turned into Old Town? A place styled kind of after sort of like Chinatowns and Japantowns. It's just the Asian towns of lots of like North American cities. Does that happen outside North America? I guess I never thought about it. I've seen plenty of like Chinatowns and the like in various American cities. Does that happen elsewhere? And Canadian cities too. People who live not in the US or Canada, report. I never thought about that before, which feels silly to think about now, but now I'm curious. Anyway, I got distracted. You.
Pacific 41 blinked out yesterday.
What do you mean, blinked out?
Cut all communications.
What?
Shh. Keep it down.
What happened over there?
I don't know. The last transmission we received? No words. Just screaming. And then something worse. Say what you will about Iris, but at least her presence gives us hope.
For now. And there's you two over there, and I think... Yeah, I've talked to the rest. It's fascinating. I hadn't even, considered that there might be a lot more interesting information to mine from, a glimpse into the 50.
If I decide to be an idiot, then I'll be an idiot on my own accord.
Enough of the Bach quotes, Johann the 50.
What do you want?
So angry. Is this about your top performer not performing?
I wasn't made for this, Mimi. I know that now.
You should step aside.
Who will take this? Who wants this? Tell me. You?
A change would be nice.
Say something useful or leave.
One of the clones has successfully entered their 3rd trimester. It's the furthest we've made it so far. It's worth celebrating.
If it fails, I don't want this branch going any further.
We've yet to try inseminating the original.
What? Iris? Out of the question.
We must exhaust all possibilities. It is our duty. To those who gave their lives.
We've put her through enough.
Johann, weren't you from Toronto?
Maybe I'm starting to think that you might possibly be the cause. For some heated Iris decisions. TM. Also another observation, which may be nothing, but odd there's not a purple. Not a purple one of the 50. Not a knower.
I wanted to go.
Bridge crew has to stay behind. You know that.
Johnson got to go.
They're out of their minds, bringing Iris to the surface.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Just because she asked?
Oh, that time. I thought this was the time we were kind of out, on a roof, being shown the Watchers and, the flooded cities and stuff like that. No, this is the time going to the school.
It's reckless.
Wouldn't you want some fresh surface air? Feel a gust of wind? Touch some real grass, for fuck's sake?
Who says there's any grass left?
It's all because Mimi and Iris have gotten a little too close.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what that means. We've all seen them disappear together for hours.
Careful what kind of bullshit gossip you're spreading.
Shit does spread around here.
We risked everything. Gave up everything to be here. For what?
For a goddamn clown show.
This doesn't seem to be going well. I mean, it doesn't end well, obviously, so that is probably the way things were going to trend. Even so. Next slide. Hello? Things seem to be going maybe a little worse well. A little bit less well than one would hope. But I guess that is the direction things were headed. Just a little faster than I expected.
That's it. It's over. We're stuck down here forever. We're doomed.
What happened?
She'll live.
A stab wound like that?
She has to live. This can't all be for nothing.
We have contingencies. Mimi's not the only researcher here.
Ah, yes.
Iris. That bitch needs to be put in her place.
You're not going to like where that goes.
Sir.
Spit it out.
It's Mimi. She's in critical condition.
What?
Iris, You better get over there.
I would like some more information, please. There's a couple down there. Okay, everyone's going downstairs now. Oh, I see. I see.
Some fresh air. Just some wind against my face.
Oh, God.
Amelia, no!
I don't suppose any of the rest of you have more to say here. In this particular scene, this does also explain why, despite all the death everywhere, there's really only blood and a mess in sort of this one area. Huh? Suppose it's not 100% true. But yeah, do y'all actually have anything more? No. Okay. And you don't have new things.
It's hard to believe this place,
No.
I guess.
Okay. Next, then. Well, we're really slowing down the time now, huh?
No.
I'm assuming this event drew some occupant attention. Where's Johnson? Yeah, wait a minute. Johnson was going to go check on Mimi in that last one. If I go back one, can I find where they ended up? Feels unusual them being missing from the scenes entirely. There's only so much space in here. Well, maybe. Yeah, it was the previous scene where you got word to check on Mimi. And maybe a good bit more time had passed before this moment, and then we started slowing things down a little bit. On the pace of these little memory snapshots, but I suppose it's also possible this was after Johnson was dead. Well, let's keep going and see. Didn't see him anywhere in this one. And he's still not anywhere visible. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a slick touch. It's like she's here and past, but sees a light.
Can you do this for me, Blue? It would be awful to not know where you are.
What a clever touch.
Medic. Someone, get a medic.
Amelia, come on, stay with us. Amelia.
Next. Things seem to be going downhill pretty quick. Oh, we can talk to you. It's been a bit since we've had a, like, non-color-coded one we could actually talk to.
Stay back.
You wouldn't dare.
Watch me. Return to your quarters. Please.
Have you lost your mind?
So, what's going on in here, everyone? Is it just you two running the show at this point?
I've revoked Johnson's biometrics and assigned administrative access to my retinal scans.
Ooh, mutiny.
Now hear this. Now hear this. All crew and personnel return to their quarters immediately and await further instructions. We've secured the food production.
Setting course to the last known position of Pacific 41.
We're getting a transmission from Pod 3.
Who is it?
It's Johnson.
On speaker.
George. Natasha. What are you doing?
Please, cooperate. We don't want any bloodshed.
You do not want this job. Trust me.
Mimi is dead. The research is going nowhere. We need to link up with the surviving fleet. Find another way.
I'm telling you, stop now, or else there's no turning back.
Natasha, end transmission.
All right, George. Which one of these bodies is you?
Find out who had administrative access. Done. Find out where George died. So yeah, I guess Amelia dead, Mimi dead, Johnson mutinied, and what's the term? Marooned, that's the term. Just two to keep track of now. Okay, wow, that escalated quickly. And explains the rest of the bloodstains. Anyone want to explain themselves? Feel like things escalated uncannily fast. What happened?
What the hell are they doing?
What the hell are they doing? People?
I said, stay back.
Yeah, I need more explanation than that, guys. Lots more gathered over here now. Glad you thought to start the flashlight. It's being more appreciated than I expected.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We never should have survived.
They wouldn't back down.
You moron.
If you don't have the stomach for this, step aside.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
I don't know how many of you guys need to run this place, but I'm guessing it's more than... Is it literally just 4 now? 4 idiots? Well, that's probably not a good sign for any of you. Nothing to say here.
Brace! Brace!
What's going on?
That's the surface activity alarm.
We fucked up. And now they've come for us.
So is this you then? Yeah, I'm starting to think this is you. Goodness. Kicks in fast. Yeah. Communications have been opened. And there you are.
This is the one. Thanks, Iris.
The suits have preserved their bodies remarkably well. Healer will have something to work with.
Come on, let's go tell her.
I'm a little nervous to find out what this is going to do, what you're going to do, rather. You are this in this sentence structure. Just in case things start moving too fast, let's call it. I'll see y'all tomorrow for whatever it is you're going to do. I'm very nervous about it, but also curious. We'll find out tomorrow. Bye, everyone.